Hello, I'm Michael Siegenthaler and welcome to Skits Comic. Today we are doing character development. Remember to go on over to Indiegogo and get on our mailing list. The link is in the description. Super excited to be doing these concept art pieces right now with y'all. What you're really getting to see is one, how I actually work on my characters and how I build the designs for them. But at the same time, what I'm really excited about is y'all are actually getting to see what the book's going to look like now. You're starting to see the character. You're starting to see, a piece of the story that you haven't actually had a chance to see yet. It's your first glimpse and look into what's going to be happening. Like, who are these characters? Why are they in the book? So I'm super excited about that. Super excited about just the fact that I'm doing comics. I mean, when I first started this, I was like, okay, we're going to try and start doing comics. We're going to try and start doing comics. This is cool. Something I've always wanted to do since I was a little kid. Well, I think it's actually kind of started to hit me now where it's like, oh my gosh, we're really doing this. We're making a comic. I'm actually getting into it. We're building the characters. We're talking about it. We're getting out there on shows, and people are actually starting to respond. And the response has been really, really good. People are looking at what I have to offer, what we have to offer, and are saying, wow, this is good work. This is quality work. This is just as good as anything that you would find at the comic book shop today. So that is really important to me right now. It's just understanding that this is actually happening and that y'all are coming along on that ride with me. So I'm hoping that you're really, really enjoying what you're seeing, because I'm super excited to be doing this, and it looks like a lot of fun, and it is a lot of fun as I'm doing it. And it's the one thing that I'm really thinking about these days. It's like it's really been building up in my mind. I'm really just kind of flowing into it, and it's the main thing that keeps me busy throughout the day, just thinking about it. I have my regular work, but this is really kind of taking over, and driving me to do my regular work more, but also driving me to actually think about this all the time. And I'm really enjoying it, and I hope y'all are having fun with it too. So we're scooting along in this drawing right now, and maybe there's a few things I should probably tell you about it. For one, the figure is 7 heads high. Now, normally, like if you're doing an adult male, I would do it at about 9 or 8 heads high. 8 to 9, right in that range. Now, with a woman, it'd be 7 to 8, and for her, we're doing it about 6 to 7. So that's actually the area that we're doing this figure in. And I've dropped Skits in there so you can actually get a relation to her size. And it also helps me when I'm drawing, where I keep looking over and I say, oh, okay, yeah, Skits is this side. She's got the body. She's about 11, 12 years old. That's something that you always got to take into account. It's like, okay, what are her attributes going to be? What body relation scales are you going to actually work with and stuff like that. And also at the same time, it should kind of dictate the style of dress and stuff like that. So that's really what you're seeing right here. We got a really cool helmet on her. We've started working on a little tutu for her. I really like that design. The tutu design, but at the same time, it's kind of like a dress from maybe the 1800s, something like that, but obviously a little bit shorter than that, what they would wear. And I'm guessing that might even be, I don't know much about, ballerinas or anything like that, so maybe that's where some of that stuff comes from. Photo reference is really important. If you get stuck and you're not quite sure about something, go grab some photographs and see if that will actually help you in your design method. And that's exactly what I did. I started kind of getting into a point where I was like, I'm not quite sure about this. Let me go pull some reference and see how that works. So we went ahead and did that. And now I've put in that dress. I've put in, the skirt underneath. It's those layers underneath that really puff it up and give it its look and feel. So I've just had to really nail that down. So don't, again, as I always say, don't be afraid to use photo Photo reference is really, really important, and it's something that you should always use if you get, especially if you get stuck. Even if you're not stuck, just use it for reference. It'll make your pieces look a whole heck of a lot better. So now we're starting to design the rest of the body. We're doing the underclothes, your shirt, your skirt, your leggings, stuff like that. And I'm just trying to throw it in there and get something that works. And I already had a rough idea of what I wanted because, again, this was stuff that I dreamt about years ago. But at the same time, you got to kind of jazz it up and make it a little more interesting for usage. It's like your dreams don't always have the perfect designs and stuff like that. You want it to be interesting and appealing to the eye. So that's what we're doing right here. We're just using the line work of the body to try and fit something over it that seems manageable and also useful in a day-to-day setting, depending upon what their job is, of course. And I ain't gonna tell you what her job is right now, but her job is really interesting, and you gotta actually make designs that fit that. And so if you're looking at it right now, maybe you can kind of get a guess where it's like, oh, maybe she might be this, maybe she might be that, and it's really cool for y'all to just kind of be looking at it, and maybe you can be thinking in your head like, oh, how's this person going to be doing stuff with skits? How does she get involved in the whole thing? Well, it's all right here. You just got to kind of look at the designs that I'm doing and say, hey, I bet this has something to do with that, or that has something to do with that. So again, I wanted it to be real playful, having to do with her age range. And this is probably something that happens a lot now with stuff you see in comic books. But anyway, I always found it really cool. Those little kids, that dress kind of punky, kind of rough edged and stuff like that. But at the same time, really cute because she's a girl, so you got to keep it cute, And so that's really what we're doing right here is, she's got some really cute elements, and at the same time, she's got some punkish elements, So it's a fine line how you mix those together to actually get a character that's really cool and interesting looking, but at the same time fits the age range and stuff like that. So as you can see here, this helmet is something that she had in the dreams I had, and I just thought it was really, really cool, and I've kept it the same, from what I dreamt 20 years ago. I thought it was just really important to keep it. It's an interesting item. It looks cool. It's only over half of her head, and it's kind of got like some dog ears or something like that, but that's actually part of the story where you find out more about that later on as to why it's like that. But then you also put like an X over the eye. I just thought that was really neat. It's kind of like an eye patch, but it's obviously not because it's got the helmet covering the eye. It's just really cool. It's a visual element that's interesting and fun to look at. And we also got this little toy that she has in her hand, and it kind of has the same features as her face on it. And we'll definitely learn more about those things as we get into the storyline and stuff. Those are really, really cool little items that she gets to play around with. Now, also, I wanted to show the designs, and this is important to do when you're doing your own designs, is you want to draw what's underneath and on top, like you don't want your characters to be flat and one-dimensional. It's like, okay, they have just like regular humans, they have jackets, they have helmets, they have different types of shoes, different leggings, maybe they wear shorts sometime. So you got to make sure that you design all of that stuff and just make it all work together. That's the tough thing. It's like you got to make this stuff all work together. Really hope y'all enjoyed this drawing today. Why don't you let me know what you think down below? Remember to go on over to Indiegogo and get on our mailing list. The link is in the description. Don't forget to subscribe down below, hit that notification bell, and share our videos. Also check out Come Get Some, a new show hosted by Black Star. She's the host of the universe. Doo doo.